and going.
No, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Your my A game
Yeah.
is supposed to be your B game.
Yeah. That's how I
Because
see it.
you are the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are built with that ability
Yes.
in you
Yes.
to be the A product
Yeah.
in your line,
Yeah.
in your marriage,
Yeah.
in your to be, you know, to lead.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I come out as an A game,
Yeah.
it means whoever I am with should be even higher.
Yes.
In terms of
Yes.
being that A game, bringing
Very
in that
true.
A game.
Very true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as we keep packaging ourselves to this A game,
Yeah.
men should even top it up.
True.
Yeah.
True. And again, I repeat, no pressure.
No.
It is how life is.
Yeah.
It is how life is. Men should put their foot forward. Men should encourage one another. You know, men should be. That is why it goes back. That's why this whole inner dialogue is going to be revolving around purpose.
Yes.
The more certain you are about your vision in life, the more certain you are about what is your assignment on this earth, the more motivated you'll be, naturally. Naturally. Because there's always a place where you get tired, okay? But you'll be more naturally motivated to keep growing, to keep pushing towards that.
Because it is inbuilt.
Because it is inbuilt, because it is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And this most likely will be what your person was attracted to. It will be very easy for you to maintain. Because at times I felt like I could no longer serve. I was being looked at as this man who left his wife. You know, even the things we had, I think I shared earlier, we agreed, since you're going with my son, just go with the stuff.
Yeah.
So she left with my earthly property, left with my name, left. And I'm not saying like she did it deliberately, but that was the effect of the failure. Everything that I had built came.
You had to start from zero.
I had to start from zero. I had to start from zero. Yeah.
Miles Monroe used to say that divorce is worse than death.
Yeah.
Simply because when you bury someone, when they die, there's closure. You know this person is gone. It's not coming back.
Yeah.
So you're free. You're a free soul to start over.
Yeah.
But with divorce, it's like someone died, but they keep showing up.
Yeah.
You will meet in town, you'll meet in church, you'll just run into each other. And it's always a
But
wound.
they've already...
Yes. It's
detached.
like the Bible says when two people come together, they become one flesh.
Yes.
So now, this one flesh that has bonded, it has bonded so much that it has become one.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
ripped
gap.
apart.
There's no this gap.
Yeah.
So it's one. Now it
ripped apart
has
now.
to be ripped apart.
Yes.
And that is what divorce does. It's painful.
Yeah.
Because the ripping apart is pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
So
Very true. And then this person is still there. So you see them. It's very true.
It's life.
So looking back at that failure, looking back at what were my mistakes. My wife then was not perfect. But I'm not here to talk about her mistakes.
Yeah, sure.
So I look at mine. What would I have done better? And I have been learning who a man is, especially in the context of a relationship. A man, and one of the main roles that a man plays is being a king. And kingship means leadership. Leadership means initiative. Leadership means influence. Leadership means adding value.
Yeah.
And looking back, if there is a place I failed, it was in leadership. It was in initiative.
Initiating leadership.
Initiating leadership. Initiating growth. I feel like at some point, we were both growing, yes, but the lady was growing faster.
Okay.
Okay, and she was growing in her area. And I think I was not able to grow in my area enough to be able to inspire her or to be able to influence her into what I was doing. I may not say that that was entirely my fault, because again, she might have, we saw things in different ways.
Or maybe I would say you are both growing, but growing in different directions.
Going in different directions. But you see, as a leader, looking back, I felt like there are things I should have done. Like I should have been more assertive from the beginning. So one of the things I used to say is that I'm not the kind of leader who will push you to do things. I will lead by influence.
Okay.
You know, I'll do things, then I'll let you see what I'm doing and follow.
A mentor and a coach.
Yes, but I realized it doesn't work that way all the time. At times, as a man in your house, you just need to say, this is the way we are taking. And you have to stand firm on it.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to do it early enough. Wanasema kwa Kiswahili, kunja mti ukunje mti ugali mbichi.
You bend a tree, when it is still small.
When it is small and
because
it's still
when
young.
it grows, you try to bend it, it will break.
That's exactly what happened. So when we were starting out, that is when I should have been assertive.
Okay.
This is the route we are taking. This is what we should do. This is what we are going to be doing. You know, probably in the courtship. Looking back, I think that is when I should have been assertive.
And I think that is the importance of knowing your purpose before getting into marriage.
That's where I'm headed.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's where I was headed. Now this is my advice. This is the school. His school fees, nililipia. This is the learning I got. Exactly what you said. To the young men out there, I feel it is so important for you to be so certain about your vision, that this is what I want to do with my life. Maybe you want to end up as a preacher, but you're currently a teacher, or you're currently a mechanic, you're currently working, you are a software engineer, but you know, in your heart, this is where I'm headed. This is my vision. I think it is extremely important for us to be very certain as a man about where you're going before you bring in the lady.
True.
That is supposed to support that vision. As much as we want to say this is 21st century, the lady also has a vision, she has her life. The order of things in the Bible is that the man is the leader of the home.
The man is the head.
The man is the head. And being head means his vision, he's the one who provides direction.
I think I'll interject on that and say where relationship is concerned, the mistakes that I made, because I've been married thrice. And these 3 times, when you look at them, my issue mainly is my purpose, my vision is what has been pushing me.
Yes.
And I remember in the first relationship, I felt like I am not living my life. I was still young, yes. I did not understand my purpose that much, but then there was something in me that was boiling and wanted to come out. And I felt restricted. I cannot bring myself out on this one. So I quit. The second one, I found myself with now this right person who sees the potential in me, who decides to nurture what he sees in me, and he pushes the baby out. Yes. I would say he birthed the baby in me. And unfortunately he passed on. Now when he passed on, I moved on to another relationship. And when I moved on to this other relationship, now my purpose was bigger. I had already seen myself. I had already figured out where I want to go. And I felt like my purpose was bigger than the person I was with, or was bigger than his purpose, his vision. And I had started imposing my own vision.
Let me ask.
I'm the lady here, but I'm the one imposing the why.
Let me ask.
Yes.
How did you end up in that relationship? Did you see this as you were beginning?
Which one now are we talking about?
No, the third one.
The third one.
Yeah.
Now,
The second
at
one
the
was good,
beginning,
yeah?
I think at the beginning, I went into this relationship out of fear of being alone. Remember my background. I was brought up with a lot of, there was no love, there was no covering, there was no father figure. So immediately I met that first man who wanted to cover me as a husband. I ran into his arms, and that continued. I could not stay alone. I felt like, no, I have to be married. So this third one, it was out of fear of losing my late partner. And now I didn't know how to stay alone. So in a quick way of resolving the problem, I find myself in this relationship. So
without even considering, is this man fit for me?
Is this man fit for me? I could see the potential. I could see the vision. But then he took forever to execute. And me, I'm this person who is chap. It took forever, and then I think I pushed him so much. I pushed him to an extent. When I realized he is not doing it, I started focusing on mine. Yes. And now, when you start focusing on your own, and it starts looking like it will become big, then it becomes a competition in the house. It becomes like there are two heads, which the Bible does not agree with. So now
anything with two heads is a monster.
Is a monster. So that one, it just simply did not work. So you can see the series of mistakes in relationships, which has made me slow down. Because since now that last relationship, it's been like 5 years. I slowed down, and I intentionally decided, now let me package myself into this person that I would like to be. And then let that person find me in my right package. Yes. And because decide. Now I will not be, when this is a journey of becoming. And you don't become at once what you want to be. It's a process. And if I am becoming, then the person who should find me is the person who is also becoming in his own in his own lane. Yes. And for me now, I am very practical about the person that I would want to maybe spend my life with should be a person that we agree with. Not only in terms of IQ or what. Let's agree even in terms of the vision. So that because I am pushing my agenda, I want you to be able to push your agenda too. And I want to be able to agree with your agenda and you agree with mine.
Amazing. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking we need to put this squarely where it belongs. And you've said it severally. The person that finds me, and I felt like that's a point I want to drive to the gentleman out there. You are meant to be found. Again, the buck stops with us as men. I have realized there is this, I don't want to use the wrong words, but there is this thing that has been going on that is making, there is this communication that is making men get out of their rightful place. There is this, the lady is empowered, which is a good thing. And now the man is being told, for example, I don't want people to get this the wrong way, but you can now express yourself, you can cry, all these things are okay. You can cry, but I feel like it is removing the warrior in men. It is removing the hunter in men. And now it's like it's okay for a lady to propose. It's not okay with me.
It's not okay with me too.
It's not okay with me. I believe the place of finding should be the place of the man. And I love it that you have kept insisting that you're building yourself. And I encourage every lady out there, build yourself. I had a very powerful statement by, I think it's Jim Rohn, recently. He says, the best thing you can do to your partner is to develop yourself. So I'm glad you kept repeating, I am building myself. Then the man who finds me, you get? So I'm encouraging every lady out there, build yourself. And yeah, I had this wonderful quote that the best thing you can do for your partner is to develop yourself, it's to grow yourself.
Yes, it's because when you grow yourself, you make life very easy for that partner when you develop yourself, awesome. Even at the workplace. I mean, when you get ready people who are self-developed and self-improved, it makes work so easy at the workplace. True. And in marriage too. Yeah.
Very true, very true. So I'm encouraging the hunters out there, gentlemen. These ladies are building themselves. The 21st century woman is a strong woman, empowered woman, educated like you, sharp like you, but you're still the man. It does not matter how educated they become. It does not matter how empowered they are. They will never be men.
No, they will never be. We will never be men.
Yeah.
As much as we are packaging ourselves, we still want to be hunted.
Exactly.
We still want a warrior in our lives.
Yeah.
Because if I am the one hunting you, then I will deem you weak.
Exactly.
And it will go like that all the way.
Yes.
So we appreciate the hunting part, the warrior part,
hunted.
the hero part, the alpha part.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the place of a man.
Yeah.
And it is automatic, by the way, to submit for us. Unless
is it automatic?
For me it is.
Okay.
Even with all the packaging that I am trying to do on myself, when it comes to submitting, for me it becomes automatic because first of all, I derive my values from the word of God. Yes, because that's where it begins. And when you know that the intention of God is for the man to be the head of the house, then it comes out so easily.
True.
Yeah.
I love the way you said it. You said, if this man, you appreciate the hunting part, you want the warrior, and it will be automatic for you to submit.
Yes.
It actually brings me to the conclusion of what I felt was a mistake on my part in my marriage then. I think I lost the edge as a warrior. I lost the edge as a leader. I lost the strength, the hero. And I have learned that women are so unforgiving about this. Like, if you do not, and no pressure on men, but it is just what we are supposed to be. Okay, no pressure on men, but you must keep your A game. I have seen that this is what life is about. For a man, you have no choice. If you're going to keep your woman, you must keep the A game. And this does not mean that our ladies, you should just be, as soon as he's not in his A game, you're out and going.
No, can you imagine? Your my A game is supposed to be your B game.
Yeah,
because
that's how I see it.
You are the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are built with that ability in you to be the A product in your line, in your marriage, in your to be, to lead. So for me, when I come out as an A game, it means whoever I am with should be even higher in terms of being that A game, bringing in that A game. Yeah. So as we keep packaging ourselves to this A game, men should even top it up.
True.
Yeah.
True. And again, I repeat, no pressure.
No.
It is how life is.
Yeah.
It is how life is. Men should put their foot forward. Men should encourage one another. Men should be, that is why it goes back. That's why this whole inner dialogue is going to be revolving around purpose.
Yes.
The more certain you are about your vision in life, the more certain you are about what is your assignment on this earth, the more motivated you'll be naturally. Naturally. Because there is always a place where you get tired, okay? But you'll be more naturally motivated to keep growing, to keep pushing towards that.
Because it is inbuilt.
Because it is inbuilt, because it is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And this most likely will be what your person was attracted to. It will be very easy for you to maintain. Because at times I felt like the person that I was with, when I began growing towards my calling and began getting serious about it, she felt like I had changed.
Okay.
Probably because I was not so certain about what I was doing when we were starting.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my failure, and that's those are some of the mistakes that I felt like I did. But again, we are saying this was school.
It is cool.
Now I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Now I can talk to a younger man with more confidence. As Betty said earlier, in the words of Robert Burale, I went through this scar so that I can call a younger friend from far and mwambie, hey, usipite hapo.
You'll get a scar.
Usipite hapo hapo utagwarwa. You know. Now I can I believe I can be able to advise a younger man better because I went through that process.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a failure on my side. There were mistakes that I did, but they've made me better.
Of course.
And this is what we are talking about this evening.
Yeah, the same has made me better because now I think I should say I will be the expert in relationships because I've failed a lot of times.
Yeah.
And okay, not expert, but I now know better. I know what to do. I know what to expect. I know what not to expect.
Yeah.
I know what not to judge.
Yeah.
And instead of going through all that judgment of judging someone and expecting so much of them, I have now known that I don't have to get into this relationship in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah, because getting into the relationship when you know that there are things that are not okay will definitely bring those hiccups back again.
Yeah.
But now I cannot get into a relationship knowing that there are things that are not correct here and here.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I don't even get to begin. I end it where it begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have the courage, you know, I used to hear our pastor then, I think he used to say, it is better a broken engagement
Than a broken marriage. Yes.
Now you know it's better not to start. You might really like this guy. You know, again, one more advice or one more suggestion to a friend out there. You might really like this guy, but you know deep inside, I don't like his trajectory. I don't like where he's going. He looks like Denzel Washington. You know, he speaks like, what was this Kenyan voiceover guy? A guy from Coast. He does voiceovers for Citizen still. He has the voice, you know, he has the radio voice. Okay. He might have all those features that you like, but you can tell deep inside your heart, who are to end in the same direction.
Yeah.
Now you know it's better not to begin.
True.
Because it pains a whole lot more when you have to break a marriage, when you have to break a home. Yeah. And so, yeah, I believe this conversation began at last time. We were talking about how do you, things that point you to your purpose.
Yes.
And we talked about many, and we ended at experiences. You know, that the experiences you go through in life, the good and especially the bad, they point you towards what you're supposed to be doing.
To your direction.
With your life. How do you think the mistakes you've made, the few that we've shared and the others that you can remember, have pointed you to the person you are right now?
Yeah, I think the strengths in me, while I was making those mistakes, came out so well.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because I realized when I was making these mistakes, in either in business or in relationships, I realized that I was coming out strongly.
Yeah.
And I realized that if I go this direction that I'm taking with this person, I am not about to stop in what I am doing.
Wow.
Yes. You feel like, you know, when you, by the way, when you realize your purpose and you clearly see it, it's something in you that wants to explode. You feel like you can carry the whole world with your 2 hands. So it pointed me towards now, and that's why I've said I'm more intentional about, I became intentional about being whole as a single person. Being whole as a single person so that I can handle this thing first of all. Because now I have seen it clearly. Right now, I am not expecting someone to come and complete me.
Amazing.
No. I feel complete on my own. This person is coming so that we can join hands and move together. But I have learned that I can do this vision and handle this purpose on my own. But there's that part that definitely requires a man. Because we were not created to be lonely people. But I have made myself, I have learned, I've prayed, I've studied the word, I have read books, I've, you know, self-development until I became this whole person who is complete on their own. And, you know, I can now see the direction clearly through the mistakes that I made. Because while I was there is when I realized, you know, someone will tell you, you're controlling, you like to be heard, you like your own decisions to be worked on. And then, you know, those things, they tell you who you are. Eventually, you come out and say, oh, so this was me. This was me.
It
Probably
exposes to you your strengths, as well as your weaknesses.
as well as your weaknesses. So I remember one time one of my partners told me that I was doing so much better than many degree holders. And I didn't have a degree. And it really caught me by surprise. Like, what is he saying? And I got curious, like, okay, so this degree, and that's even when I even started doing a degree.
Oh, wow.
Because I had given up on school and all that because of money issues. But the moment he said, you think much better than a degree, many degree holders. It sort of boiled something in me, like, oh, so I can still do this degree. So if, you know, so many things were pointed out. And from there, I was curious to know these potentials that I have. Where can they take me? How can I grow these potentials to the highest point?
Wow. Beautiful. I think I'm loving this as we are bringing this to a close. You know, next show we're going to be talking about process, you know, and maybe the things we've gone through to be where we are now. But as you are talking, I can hear there were also good things that were happening, you know, within the relationships.
Of course.
You know, but as we are bringing this to a close, I'm just thinking now about myself. I think I'm a better coach now. Number one, I think I mentioned earlier that I'm now empathetic. The number of mistakes I made, looking back at my life, have made me someone that listens with empathy. You know, if you met the earlier Peter, if you met the earlier Charis, he was Mr. Fix-It, quote unquote. And if you start sharing the mistakes you have done, the first thought would be, how could you do that? You know, how can you think like that? How can you make such a mistake? But the fact that I've fallen severally now makes me, when I sit down to listen to someone, I am actually empathetic about it. I listen to them and I'm able to dig deeper, because as a coach, my intention is to dig deeper to get to the root of why are you in the position you're in right now. I'm able to dig deeper because I am able to listen. I have empathy. Another thing, I am becoming a better leader. I'm becoming a better leader. I learned from that. And I can tell that I am now more assertive. I'm now stronger in my thinking and in my communication.
Yeah.
I am very clear. So I'm seeing myself at a better place.
Wow.
You know, it started as it started in pain, but I'm now seeing myself at a better place.
The results.
There are results, and I can see what it's doing. It has added to, you know, to what to me performing better in my place of calling, in my assignment.
Wow.
Now I lead in an organization. I lead a group of. I help to lead a group of people. And the people I lead are actually much younger. Okay, so I'm able to actually see. I remember there is one the things I went through after my marriage broke, my business broke. I was in such a dark place. So I remember it is last year. There is one of the people that we are with in the group. He had just been in a dark place where he had lost also his job. Then he's such an entrepreneurial person. He's been trying to begin businesses. They are all flopping.
Yeah.
And I remember one day we are in this place where we had gone. We had to, you know, help him get fare, even to just join us. And he was telling me, when does all this end? And I remember telling him with so much conviction, this will all make sense. I tell you, eventually,
In the end.
it will all make sense. I was saying that it was not cliche. I was not just encouraging him.
Yeah.
I was sure. I had seen myself go through downs.
Yeah.
And by the time I was coming back to a place where, you know, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But by the time I was coming back to a better place, it all made sense.
True.
And I remember, like, right now he's doing a very nice job. I remember the first time we met, after he had just gotten the job, and we met a place for a gathering, and he bought us tea that evening. He told me, man, I remember the day you told me it will make sense.
It makes sense.
Yes. So now I'm a better encourager.
Good.
You know, when I tell you, hata ukiwa pale chini, utatoka tu by the way.
Yeah, because you now know
Yeah.
from your own experience.
Yeah.
Because I remember if someone came and told me
Yeah.
this process is necessary,
Yes.
I would not have accepted. Like, seriously, how do I get married the first time it fails? The
Yes.
second time he passes on. The third time he walks away.
Yes.
It will not make sense. Like this process is necessary, really.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but now I see the importance of me going through, because if the first one would not have failed and the second, and even the third, I would probably be having the same thought of school of thought in me.
Yeah.
I would not have improved myself.
Yes.
Because I also did things in those relationships that weren't right.
Yeah.
And of course, you come out right now. I come out knowing that pale I messed up.
Yeah.
Here I said this, I shouldn't have said that.
Yes.
But now I know what to say, what not to say.
Yeah.
You know, there are things you just have to let go. You don't just keep following every little thing. There are things you just let go and let it slide.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I like the way you have brought it to a conclusion. You've said something that we are going to be talking about in the next episode. That the process made sense.
Yeah.
People nowadays fear process, you know, but the process makes sense.
Yeah.
So as we close, I just want to remind the people the way we began. Like we said, we make mistakes, we regret, we actually fail, but you are not a mistake. You are not a struggle. You cannot live in those regrets. You have now.
Yes.
I want you to remember you have now. Now is the time you can be able to change where you are at, and now is the time you can begin changing your future.
Sure.
And you know, I read something very nice the other day. It said, like, you can't change, people do not change their futures. People change their habits today. It is those habits that change their future.
Change the future.
So your day-to-day is a miniature of your life. How you live today can give you an idea,
a clue
of how you'll be living in the future.
Yes.
Okay, so do not stay there in the mistake. If you need to talk to someone, reach out, talk to someone. You can talk to us. You can comment we'll be leaving our social media handles here so that you can just reach out to us. And if we are able to help, we can be able to just hold your hand out of the mess, quote unquote, that you may be in. And life, I'm sure, life will be better. You have some closing words?
It's not a mess.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah,
so,
I love it.
Yes, it's not a mess, it's a process. I'll leave you with the words of Marcus Aurelius. He's a Roman emperor who said...
My favorite.
Yeah?
One of my favorite kids.
Yeah, I quote him. So he said, do not live as though you have 1,000 years to live. You know, as you continue living on earth and thriving, ensure that you become a genuinely great person. Yeah.
Awesome. It's a wrap from us. Have a wonderful time. See you in the next episode.